What's going on, gamers? Man, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse in the PlayStation universe. What is with this? It's like a cursed domino effect, right? So, Bungie is caught stealing art in Marathon. Yeah, this is the headline we're going to be talking about. Unbelievable, man. We're talking about Bungie here. You see what I mean? That what's left over is the shell of Bungie, not the organic Bungie team they used to be with Microsoft making Halo. Hell, even Destiny 1 after they left. I'm telling you, when it comes to live service, and I've been saying this with Sony, I have no faith whatsoever in it. I've not seen anything good come out of it. Only Helldivers, and that was just those devs. But Sony messed that up too, put dents in it. Good lord. Sony, sit down. So Bungie's Marathon didn't even try to hide the artist's name, Anti-Real, as evidenced by a side-by-side image showing a near identical logo and design elements like the numbers 28 and color scheme. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. This isn't Bungie's first plagiarism issue. Past incidents include Destiny 2's uncredited use of fan art and a cutscene in merchandise, and them getting rid of content, just basically casting it aside in the pitch black darkness, and nobody can get it, not even themselves, and they put themselves in a pickle because of that. It's just stupid anti-consumer behavior they've been doing too. There's just you reap what you sow. They're paying for everything they've done, all the lies, everything. So if you look right here, you see anti-real daily series. This is her art, right? And then you see the number right here. If we look over here, everything literally is identical. They even left this part of it up to where you could still see that they ripped off of it over here. That's insane, man. What the hell? Yeah. No, man. See, I knew I was right. Like I have no faith for this game. Yeah, y'all see it. That's a excellent meme. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, I saw this joke in chat and tweeted it out. Maybe Bungie can hire me next. So we got a video to look at, by the way. Penguin does one, so we're gonna take a look at his, see what he has to say. But this is a good one to think about. As we know, this is a game that's going to be way better than Marathon, and now Marathon just made it have no competition whatsoever. And then we have Art Raiders over here stealing content. Plagiarism will make me God. Let's get some funny stuff in here real quick. Yeah, because you know the model they had at the end of that game, which I'm like, even when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most hollowest statement of trying to make somebody feel more powerful. And then this guy memes them with the plagiarism will make me God, kind of like throwing shade at them. Yeah, way to be so uncreative, Bungie. God, man. All right, here we go. We ready?
It has been a rough month for Bungie. They are struggling right now, looking like me trying to reach the top shelf in my pantry. I just made a video covering the lawsuit that they are getting spanked in. That's a little exaggeratory, but it is a
Yeah.
very messy lawsuit where they're being accused of stealing for their Red War campaign as well as Curse of Osiris, and they can't actually fight back against those claims because they vaulted that content and no longer can access it themselves. It is just banished to the Shadow Realm. They can't access it, so instead they've been relying on YouTubers' videos and lore breakdown as evidence to prove they didn't steal from this other writer's work. But the judge biblically smacked that down, saying that it will not be accepted. So they're not accepting the YouTube videos, and Bungie themselves can't access the content. So I don't know what the fuck they're going to do about that lawsuit right now, all because they can't stop vaulting content. They're addicted to it. And now today, it has just come out that they have plagiarized another artist's work for Marathon. And it's a lot. And it's also not just claims of plagiarism, and it's not just baseless accusations all around like something really small or trivial that you kind of have to like squint your eyes at and be like, oh, I can kind of see a similarity. It's not.
So looks like Bungie joined the right acquisition then. Sony does that shit all the time. So yeah, they fit together very well right now with all their behavior.
Like they just stole like, a big chungus shape from somebody without crediting the artist. They
Right.
stole so much directly from an artist named Anti-Real, and they have also now come forward, the Marathon dev team have come forward and said that, yeah, it is indeed
Jesus,
confirmed
Bungie.
they did steal some of that art, but they're downplaying how much of it was plagiarized and kind of pushing the blame on a former employee. So we're going to go through this together because I think it's a lot bigger than they are making it seem. So this was the post that just blew.
Here's my thing about what he said. I'll be back on camera in a second. He's saying that they're saying that they're blaming it on one artist. Guys, let me tell you how much bullshit that is. You want to know why? The whole team is knowing when you're working on a game and putting the art there, they see it. You all see it and know. You got people following that artist. So one person only? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Don't try to scapegoat me and blindside me. That's not going to happen. No, 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 no. A lot of them are in cahoots with that. Come on, man. No.
Blew up last night. The Marathon Alpha released recently and its environments are covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2017. The side-by-sides that she provides are damning. So on the right you can see her poster and on the left you can see the Marathon Alpha.
Oh, I see it right there. Man, we were just taking a look at this over here. That's crazy. Good Lord, Bungie, what are you doing? Why? Why can't you just make your own little designs like this? Like, that's not hard to do. What's going on here, man? Something is off.
You can see Aleph is lifted directly from her poster and just copied multiple times in the Marathon Alpha. Is the same song and dance here with another piece of evidence that she provides. You can see the arrows copy and pasted, but they were actually flipped here, which is the most effort that they went through with this plagiarism, like copying the homework but trying to make it look a little different. They changed the orientation of the arrows, but then everything else they didn't even bother trying to make.
Yeah, so like if you look down here, these are the symbols he's talking about that are literally right here. And then right here is the 28, and then right here is that flipped back around the other way. That's insane. Oh man, just when you thought things weren't going to get shaken up at Sony anymore, after what we just saw recently, now we have this happening. Oh boy, guys, I see some layoffs coming and some other things. I don't know, man. It's like a live service curse. It is.
Even slight alterations. The symbols are pretty much exact, except for the first symbol there is like in a different direction, but it's still the exact same symbol. They just made it do like little 360s. It is very clear that they took these designs and just copied them into their game. This one is the most shameless, where you can see a tweet from Anti-Real back in June of 2024 saying, "I hid loss in my designs 6 years ago and nobody caught on." And then here's a new post from someone in the alpha saying, "Here from the future, if anyone doubts the theft of your art, this also confirms it." And it's a screenshot in Marathon, and you can see loss. Now, if you don't know what that symbol is, it's a meme. I'm sure you've at least heard of the meme, loss. So Anti-Real's saying that in her art, she hid that. And then in Marathon, it just magically turns up. And you know, it's kind of a little bit of an odd coinky-dink, you know what I'm saying? I've also seen this one floating around, which is completely indefensible. No matter how brain-dead and determined you are to defend Marathon, there is no mental gymnastics you could possibly use to explain this away. On the right...
What is with these developers acting like children in school now? It's just weird behavior, man. Stuff you would never see back then.
You can see Anti-Real's poster from the Anti-Real daily series, and on the left you can see Marathon, and you can literally still see it say Anti-Real daily series in that green box. They changed the colors but kept everything the same, including the text that says Anti-Real daily series. They just tried to cover it very loosely, very lazily, but you can...
I just don't understand how you would do that and think you wouldn't get caught, and you already have a lawsuit going on too. Unbelievable.
You can still make it out. Worth mentioning that it's not like they just took her art and then used it in one spot, one time, hidden, you know, off the beaten path, like a little Easter egg behind a dog.
No, we know what it is. Yeah. Damn it, Bungie, you're letting it get to your head.
Dumpster, we have to spin around 4 times and then you get to see what they plagiarized. No, this is art that they stole and used frequently throughout the game. It is a
Yeah,
core part of the design, and you see them a lot in the alpha. Apparently, I didn't play the alpha because I'm not really interested in the game. There are
same.
so many screenshots and so many places that all of this shows up, and they never paid her for her work. They didn't give her any kind of, credit for it. Nothing. Nothing at all. And also, there are numerous Bungie employees that follow her account. Like, there are people on the Bungie team that follow her account. It's not like
That's
they
what I
just
was
didn't
saying.
know about her, and they're not even trying to hide the fact that they did know her art. So it's pretty clear cut here. Now, Anti-Real.
And you see what he's saying right there that lets you know, like trying to blame it on one guy. How? You all could have just shot it down. But yeah, you got that far into the development like that? Get out of here, man. I'm not trying to hear that. No. And like, see, this is gonna fall back on Sony too, because you're supposed to be looking into that. I just I wonder what's really gonna come out of this. Like, man, is this game gonna get canceled? Oh my god, the curse of cancels. How could you continue like that? I don't know, man. Yeah, Sony's screwed.
Said, Bungie is of course not obligated to hire me when making a game that draws overwhelmingly from the same design language I have refined for the last decade, but clearly my work was good enough to pillage for ideas and plaster all over their game without pay or attribution.
That's
In 10
crazy.
years, I have never made a consistent income from this work, and I am tired of designers from huge companies mood boarding and parasiting my designs while I struggle to make a living.
They should have sent her money right then and there. Like make them feel happy or something. And even this whole time, somebody that you know that has nothing. Why did you not like send them some money and include them? Like, man, it's just this behavior, bro. And they were willing to make millions off of that and give her nothing. See, this is how scumbaggy those people are. Let's just show you, man. That scumbag behavior, big time. When they already have billions over there.
It's more than mood boarding, though. Clearly, they did just directly steal the artwork from her, and they
Yeah,
very easily could have hired her. If they loved her design language that she had refined, and they wanted to use it to help steer the aesthetic of the game and use it in the game, they could have absolutely hired her. Or, at the very least, paid her for the work.
pretty much because that was the least you could have done. You wanted to like remedy the situation, protect yourself, include her in it, or say, let's work on something together. There were so many ways they could have done this right, but they made the worst decision. Yeah.
The legal correct thing to do here, it's just craziness. They instead just ripped it. One to one, just ripped it with no alterations or anything. And that then calls into question this whole aesthetic that Marathon has. One of the main things people would praise for Marathon.
Ripped it, and now they're dealing with the tearing. Now they're doomed.
A lot of people I know hated the alpha. It wasn't received overly well from what I saw. But the one thing that remained consistent is that a lot of players really liked the look of the game. And now this comes out. It really feels like the look of the game is stolen from other artists' work. Like
Looks
that's
mid.
now the perception a lot of people have.
Like some mid pajamas pampering freaking art. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, just everything about the game. It's just like, yeah, this is not the Bungie I want.
It's just so fried. I just can't believe how blatant this plagiarism was. Now, as I mentioned, the Marathon dev team did make a statement. We immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game.
Oh yeah, I had that up. I was supposed to read that actually. I had that tab up. Whatever.
Very convenient that it was a former Bungie artist, even though there's still current Bungie employees following this same account. Calls into question the legitimacy of that claim that this is all just some like rogue operative that.
See, this right here was their biggest mistake. Why are we doing that? It's what I was saying earlier. No, you were in on it. Like no, bro, don't play that stupid game.
Became a loose cannon and went off book and stole this work without us knowing. The issue was unknown by our existing art team, and we are still reviewing how this oversight occurred. We take matters like this very seriously. We have reached out to Anti-Real to discuss this issue and are committed to doing right by the artist. As a matter of policy, we do not use the work of artists without their permission. Well, not only a matter of policy, that's a matter of law. You can't just steal people's work like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they try to like play this moral high ground. We would never do this. It is part of our mission statement. When you walk into the Bungie HQ, it says, "We shall not steal." And it's what sets us apart from the rest of the industry.
And like, so you see what he said too. And we already talked about this earlier. Like, you could have paid her, all these little moves you could have done. They didn't do anything. And then they're trying to do this little stupid little victim card. Like, don't fall for it.
To
Bullshit.
prevent similar issues in the future, we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets, specifically those done by the former Bungie artist, and implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. We value the creativity and dedication of all artists who contribute to our games, and we are committed to doing right by them. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. As other outlets have mentioned, this is
No, you're mad you got caught. Sit your punk ass down and do something right. I don't know what the hell is going on in PlayStation. Do y'all even know what the hell right is? It's not wrong. Flip that around, because that's the way y'all are functioning. Ass backwards. Wake up, man. Somebody slapped the shit out of them over there, man. What the hell's wrong with you? All right, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. Man, what the hell's going on? Y'all grow up. This is ridiculous.